Y estamos hoy con la talentosa Tove Lo. How are you, Tove Lo?
Thank you. I'm good.
Welcome
I'm good.
to
Thank you.
Okay, so this interview is going to be like kind of a game. I'm going to make a statement.
All right.
And you're going to have to say if that's true or false.
Okay.
And explain why.
Okay.
Okay. The first one. I like to sing and perform my songs rather than writing for someone else.
Both, but I'm gonna say for now it's true.
Okay.
I think maybe later in life I might enjoy more writing for others, but right now I just love having the opportunity to express my words and my feelings the way that I want to express them. So yeah.
I find more inspiration to write songs in heartbreaks and sad stories.
Yeah, it's true. The way that I create is usually using the emotions that you're not really allowed to talk about or like don't want to admit to having. It's like almost becomes therapeutic. So when you go through something hard or something tough like a heartbreak and something that just stirs up a lot of emotions in you, I just find it easier to write about that than just like a pleasant, everything is calm and even and good, kind of, yeah.
The monologues in Fairy Dust made me feel vulnerable.
True. I think because the way that I wrote those monologues was I kind of was describing a self-destructive side of me and also kind of like my worst nightmare to become, like some of my biggest fears to become, and I think so it was kind of, it was emotional I just wrote them really quickly. It was just more like a rant, and then we decided, me and my director Tim Aram decided to keep him that way because it's hard to edit something that vulnerable and honest, so yeah.
And at the last scene, it was so easy to film the last scene of the masturbation.
So easy? I mean, it depends on what part of it you ask is easy. But I'd say false, because it took some mind control to block out all the other people in the room, because it still had the cameraman, the director, and lighting guy. So I had to sort of just not think that they were there and just do my thing.
I don't get nervous at all before a show.
False. I don't get like nervous in a bad way. I get a lot of adrenaline, but I do definitely feel like my heart beats faster, and it's a challenge. It's always a challenge because you want to go out there and give the audience like something that they won't forget and like make them feel everything that you were feeling when you wrote the songs. And I kind of wanted to make it an experience with them, and you have to work to keep that connection. So
I designed a logo for Ladywood.
That was my idea, to be a vagina. Actually, no, that's false too. It came together really with the art director Samuel and Tim. Obviously, I had well, my idea to begin with was that we should use, the way that on trees sometimes the bark can be like shaped, kind of like a vagina. And I was like, since I had the album title Ladywood, I was like, what if we make something out of that? That feels like it could go somewhere. And then working with Tim and Samuel, just kind of like back and forth a lot. Like, could we use the V somehow? And Tove, should we use the O's? Like, how are we gonna? And I think about, should we put like bark on my mouth, because the mouth can also look like a vagina sometimes if you like have it in a certain angle. We just kept going back and forth, all these crazy ideas, and then finally Samuel came back with like, what about this? And we were like, oh, this is perfect. So
I'm an anti-free the nipple person.
No, false. Obviously false. No, I think it's a woman's choice what she wants to do with her body. It's very simple.
Disco ball mirror jacket is my favorite costume on stage.
True. I feel like I'm a live disco ball, which is amazing. It's so heavy though. It's like 10 kilos, and I have to. So I mean, it's good I'm only wearing it for the one song, but it's really cool, and it just reflects light out to the audience, and it looks really great. Yeah.
All your tattoos have a story behind.
True. Yeah, I would say they do. I mean, I think all tattoos in general do. It's like, becomes kind of like a memory, more than just a pattern on you. So I have this one's a Mark Ryden painting, and it kind of reminds me of my very first band. That was very huge for me to even be in a band, and I used to have black hair and bangs, so I think it just reminded me of that band. It's called Trembleby. And Well, this one's the first one I got. It's a Scorpio, because I'm Scorpio. It's my star sign. It's really ugly, but it's part of me now. I did it when I was 17. This is the ladywood symbol, a vagina symbol that, for obvious reasons, very personal to me. This is another Mark Ryden painting, which I just feel like, I don't know what it means to him, but to me it's just like, kind of looking at the world with, like from your heart, not your mind, and that, there's just fire just stands for a lot of strong, intense emotion, just being an emotional person, being in touch with your emotions. And this is a lynx, and Lo means, it's lynx in Swedish. So it's been my nickname since I was a kid. So
I feel like I've made it in the music business.
I'll say true. Yeah, I feel like I've definitely, like, way more of my dreams have come true than I ever thought would come true, which is still kind of like a very strange feeling. I still have a lot of dreams left, but I feel like I've made a mark. Like, I've made music in a mark that I really stand for and that I feel very proud of. And so it doesn't really matter where it goes from here, as long as I'm, happy with it, and a lot of people seem to be able to connect with me, and that feels really amazing.
And we wish you the best luck in the world, and we hope to have you here soon again.
Yes, it's a really fun interview, so thank you. Good questions, yeah.
Thank you. Ella fue Tove Lo para Alfa 91.3, donde todo nace.